Welcome to this episode of Profound Podcast. Today we have my friend Noah,
How was it?
and we're going to be talking about relations. Not romantic so far.
Not yet.
Not yet. So the first question that I'm going to posit is how did college impact your relationships?
Real shit. It made them a lot better, I will say. A lot of y'all don't know my backstory, but I switched schools halfway through high school, so like junior year, I transferred to like a more private white school type shit. And it was a tough change, especially I didn't see my Shaker boys as much, like where I'd known them for a while, so I didn't see them as much. The people I did go to school with, it was a whole new environment, to put it lightly, so I wasn't really as comfortable as I would have been, like new school type stuff. Plus, it was COVID too, so it was a little bit challenging to, I guess, get into the situation. So I guess in high school, my relationships were okay. They weren't, like, great enough, like, I saw people, but I didn't really go out that much. I didn't do a lot of stuff. But I guess the freedom that college has, like, you by your own, not on your own, but, like, you got no parents, you got your own schedule, you got to figure out what you got to do. It's made it a lot, I guess, easier for me to be able to manage my relationships because I have a lot of more time to spend with others than I did back at home. Not to say like I didn't at home, but it's a lot more accessible, I would say. Like I live on West Campus, which
That ain't close.
That ain't close.
That ain't
But
close now.
It's a hop, jump, and push on a skateboard. So it's cool. But it's nice to have a lot more time to be able to be active,
And what's funny is we used to live like
X amount of houses.
X amount of houses away from each other.
You gotta be federal with it.
I mean, we all kind of lived in the same area.
Mm.
We all very close.
It was like, 5-10 minute walk max.
Maximum from
Yeah.
from any given point, except for the Bronx.
Yeah.
But for my relationships, I don't know. I feel like they pretty much stay the same. I can't say that any have gotten significantly worse or any have gotten significantly better since being at college. Everybody just pretty much staying congruent, I'd say.
Valid.
That's it. That's definitely a good thing. But like in terms of like relationship with my family per se,
You be calling them?
I do call them every so often, just to check in, just to get a little into their life. But
What's been going on type shit, yeah.
I don't know. Ever since I got here, I like even back when I was back at home, I didn't really I wasn't actively trying to reach out to people. So I have to get better at that now. So I guess not seeing people is a cause for reaching out now.
Yeah, that's
When before it was just you didn't see them. But
Nah.
yeah.
I definitely understand that. My mom called me today and she was like, it's been a while. And I'm like, damn, it kind of has, yeah. Like, it's not that I don't, it's not that I don't want to call my parents type stuff or my brother or sister or something like that, but I just don't. So I just don't be calling people. Like, there's maybe I'll give it a range from 2 to 5 people I will actually call and just to talk to. And even then, that's probably not even a long conversation. Because I don't like calling people.
Why do you think that is?
The way I am as a person, I try to be low key about stuff. Not even low key just dodging people, but just if I want to talk to you, I'll talk to you. If I don't, I don't. Not that I don't, but just it's you ever told yourself I should call my grandma? Type stuff. It's like that. Yeah, I should call somebody just to see what's up. I don't always think that, I don't gotta always know what's going on, but it's just every once in a while, I'll probably yeah, I should go see what's up. And sometimes I won't, just because, I don't know, it doesn't cross my mind. Because college has heightened my independence. So I will say I gotta work on calling people more just to see what's up. But for right now, I'm living fine with it without it.
Didn't they want us to be independent? Isn't that the whole premise?
I didn't go from New York City to Columbus just to, have to go back to New York every so often and call. I wanted to get away from home. Go a little bit far. explore
Right.
the world, you know.
New
Columbus,
York was
Ohio.
so terrible for us,
I'm saying,
you know.
niggas,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
fuck the Bronx niggas.
So do you think college itself is good for relationships?
In comparison to what, like just before?
Sure.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. I mean, I want to say the big, what's the word I'm looking for? The big, like, offering that college has, outside from, you know, a degree, is, like, the fact that you're away from home. You got to deal with your parents. And, you know, like, to each their own, it varies individually. Like, some people have a lot, like, very strict parents, some people don't. So, college might not be, like, as different in terms of, like, having parental guidance to somebody else. But the main point is that you're kind of on your own. I forgot what you asked. What did you even ask?
I said, is college good for relationships?
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So in terms of that, because of the lack of like parental guidance, I would say it allows you to flourish your relationships more than you would be able to. Like say, like I have friends like you know they still seniors in high school type stuff, and they be talking like, oh yeah, I gotta ask my parents to go do something, and I'm like, dang, I don't do that no more.
I do recall that actually.
And like, I don't gotta wake up at 7 in the morning to go to class. I would cry. I can't do that for 5 years. I can only do it for 4. And one day on a Monday, but I don't even be going to that class for, so I don't count. But like, it's a lot easier. I'm just getting off track. It's a lot easier to be able to connect with people simply because the allotted time that you have is a lot more free than, you know, waking up at 7, finishing school at 3, going to practice, getting home at 6:30, doing your homework, all that type of stuff. It's a lot more you time than school time, I guess.
That's very true. But I don't feel like it's conscious you time. It's just you filling up your day with random nonsense half the time. Like, if we all had like more free time than we had back at home. Actually, that's somewhat true. Like more than we would on like a regular high school schedule.
Yeah.
But we definitely feel like we're more pressed for time now than before. Because back then I used to, like, I don't remember sitting down actively studying for anything.
Yeah.
I didn't study once in high school, even though I said I did. Like, my mom's watching this stuff because she used to get on Ether for not studying. But I didn't really study. And now I somewhat have to study, but, like, it's just because I feel like I need to. It's like a college stigma. Like, you have to study in order to be on top of your stuff.
Yeah. I feel like the big difference is the lack of late work. You can't turn in late work no more. That's kind of what it boils down to for me. Like, if I actually got to do it, I'm going to get it done. Not to say I did it before, but, like, it's not oh, yeah, I can fall back and get, like, X amount % off on this assignment just because I know I can't do it tonight, so I'm just go to sleep instead. Is that if you ain't getting this done, you ain't getting a grade. And them grades are going to tank if you don't do it, so you really don't have a choice.
Bro, your grades are so feeble here.
I'm saying. Nah, deadass. I remember it was a time. I have a business survey class because, you know, big business major.
Indeed. I have one as well.
And in the class, we had a thing to do. It was like, you know, like write a reflection. It was like the first one that we had to do.
I wrote my reflection.
Yeah. And nah, dead. It was like midnight. It was about 12:04. I see the notification pop up. It was like grade like assessed for like reflection 1. I was like, oh, I did not do that bit, bro. When I tell you my grade dropped from like a B+ in the class, don't ask how I had a B+. From a B+ to the class to a D-. I was like,
you failed the quiz.
Nah, it was attendance shit, but still, like them 2-letter grades. I was not happy about that.
So did they let you redo it or no?
I don't know if I can say this on. I mean, I got something back, but I don't know if I can say how I did it on TV because I don't know who's gonna be watching.
On TV?
Coam finna get me if I say how.
Why would you say that? I'm not gonna get you, bro. You're straight. I guess.
Nah, I'm gonna just say what I did to do it. It was smart. I'm proud of myself for that one. That's some ingenious thinking. But that's besides the point. Basically, I got some points on the assignment, but still, like my grade went from a B+ to like a D- to like a C- after I got some points back in. So like it wasn't great. That's my point. Do your homework. Do study. Go to Thompson. They got some nice shit in Thompson.
And go to the librarium. I actually can't study at libraries for some reason.
Really?
No, I tried to sit there. Like I can do work pretty much anywhere, but it's not like it does something for me to be in a library with other people just doing work. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I'll just sit there and be doing work, and then other people just be doing work. I'd rather be deeply secluded in like some random spot on campus. Like I found a meditation room I study in sometimes. I'm not gonna say where, cause then you're gonna try to be in there. But
oh my God, Brian, is that you?
you're gonna try to be in there, try to steal my spot. So I go in there sometimes, but I think you have to be really direct with how you, or like, you have to know how you feel about certain things in college. Unfortunately,
I'm like the opposite of you. If I'm in my dorm, I'm not gonna get nothing done, just 'cause I know, like, 'cause you've been like in my dorm before, right? Like you know like how it's set up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like we got that like the common area, but like I still know that like if I'm in that room, my bed's right there, and at some point I'm gonna be like, let me just go chill for a second, and then boom, 2 hours later I ain't finished none. So the environment of having people like working around me just makes me get my stuff done, because I know like I want to at least act like I'm doing something, because fake it till you make it type stuff. And I don't know, it works for me well. I'll be studying for my midterms. I had a micro one. It went.
You just had it?
Yeah, I had it Friday. Hopefully it went out.
I have mine on next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I think.
It wasn't like necessary. Like it was harder than the first one, but like, like terms of trade, gains of trade, stuff like that.
Nope.
Yeah, and I don't know that either. I saw that. I'm like, C, next one. Because
Nope.
It'd be some questions where it's like, yeah, I can mark it and go back to it later, but I know if I do, I might just be thinking about it thinking now, so like it's not even worth the time. So just A or B, keep going.
You do gotta thug it out in school like that.
Exactly.
Like on my midterms, people always question me because I'll go to an exam and I'll leave 5 minutes later, and they'll think I didn't answer anything. I answered everything to the best of my ability. Am I gonna trust my brain in 20 minutes more than I trust my brain now? I just don't get that. Like I left my philosophy one in 5 minutes, and I left my math midterm in 20, and they came up to me like, I have to check over my work until the time runs out. I just keep checking it till the time runs out to make sure I'm right. And I'm like, I'll look over it. Why do, like, you gotta have some faith in yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like it's less stress that way too.
I get that.
Because I feel like a lot of people don't trust themselves to do decent or do good, and that's probably why they do bad.
Yeah. It's like the test taking mentality. Some people just bad at taking tests.
That's facts.
And what Baby Tron say?
Bro, do not quote Baby Tron.
You know what he said?
I don't know what Baby Tron said, bro.
That nigga was like, I knew I was going to be a rapper. I was looking at anything on the ACT.
Wait. All right. Baby Tron is a miscellaneous rapper.
What you mean?
He just talked about nothing. Like he said something about Decepticons. I forgot, man. That bar was okay though. The bar was just okay.
It's that whole lot of red like wave, that post wave of that shit. Cause that nigga just be saying words, and sometimes it be hard. Like you hear a bar, it be like,
that's all life is for real.
Oh God.
Just a bunch of muddled up words.
Nigga just spitting syllables.
That's all sentences are. But yeah, I feel like we stress too much about school, and that's probably why people do bad. Because like it's the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right.
Exactly. See, that's some profound pondering. Y'all gotta get on the wave.
Get on the wave. Hop on the wave.
Hop on the wave. Hit the subscribe button, please.
I was about to diss something, but I chose not to. So do you think relationships are more genuine here than they were back at home?
That's actually a good question. I think it depends. Like, in the sense that, like you can say like, a freshman year relationship in high school don't count because you were a freshman.
Sure.
But by that logic, does a relationship in college count? Like freshman in college? Like, because, freshman week, you can have XYZ back at your dorm. You could be hanging out with XYZ. You might never see them again.
Right. I don't have that necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So, like, I guess, in terms of, like, just because you're more grown than you were in high school, technically, like it might be like 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that months because you were just a senior in high school now you're freshman in college type shit. So like technically you've grown more in college than high school, but I would say it's a lot more when you in college. There's a lot more accountability for what you do, like mm, maybe I'm gonna just finish what I'm saying and then figure out my answer because like let's say you in a relationship in high school, right?
For sure.
And you not being faithful. You get caught messing around type stuff.
Sure.
Like everybody at your school knows what's going on type stuff. So
It is public info at that point.
so like somebody gonna tell somebody, boom, everybody know you cheating, and then you just it's kind of raps. You can't come back from it. Niggas do, but for the most part, it's raps. But in college, specifically here, 60K people, that's a lot of people. I could go to a white girl and be like, hey, do you know about this person's name? No idea.
That's true.
So it's like, I guess, kind of.
Within the black community, I feel like it's.
Oh yeah, within the black community.
You're
niggas
caught.
will
You're caught. We're
Niggas
gonna
will
know.
Floor 2, floor 3, Blackburn. Niggas will know.
Whatever that means, but yeah, it's gonna be known. But your
Yeah.
answer to the question.
My answer to the question, damn. Niggas just be talking. My answer to the question, yeah, I'd say so. I'd say a little bit more at home. It's a lot more repercussions at home.
So you feel like people are held accountable, so it's more genuine.
I'd say so, yeah. But I mean, even then, a relationship is a relationship. If you feel it, then you feel it. If you don't, then you don't. It's just making sure you chose the right person to be like in one with,
True.
Or,
Well,
like,
how does it go for like friendships?
friendships? I say, yeah, I think so. I think it's about equal. Actually, not, cause like you, on one end, the people like at home, like you know them for like your entire life. Like I know you since I don't even know how long, since basically forever. Like some people I know, like people I know here, like I know them for like what, 2 months, something like that.
Yeah.
But the bond I have with like compared to you with them is essentially the same. It's just that I spend more time with you, so like I have better memories with you.
So you just have more.
Yeah, I have more. I have
more to work from.
I have more data in the data set.
In the database.
In a database, yeah.
What? How much do you equate like being genuine to like someone's integrity as a person?
Not a lot. Everybody lies. That's just part of being a human. Like, I could have lied about 30 times today, and not even about nothing serious. That's just how people are.
That's called being. It's like
No, niggas just
pathological.
lie. Everybody just lies. Like, it's not like straight up like, did you do this? No, I didn't. It's like a little bit of exaggeration to say what you want to say and make it seem better for what you're like. Like if I'm making a case to you, I'll make it seem like I did something good, right? Even if like it was like I'm kind of my ear, type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna still like if I'm talking to you, I'm gonna say it in the event where like I'm looking like I'm a good person, right? So not like lying, just like nah, I ain't do that.
Just like
a little
selective about the
bit
truth.
Yeah, like half truth.
Hyperbole.
Yeah.
Exaggeration.
So like, I kind of have a mentality of that. Like in general, like life is full of half truths. So don't take everything you say take everything with like a little bit of grain of salt because you never know. But so I feel like I kind of see by that like you can tell me like if you're like lying, you can just tell, and that's not genuine. I don't really like that. But like, just like a little bit of tweaking here and there, a little bit of bending the truth. Not to like it's not like true, but just a little bit exaggerated. George Washington type beat.
Just a little bit, though.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a tad.
Not too much.
Not too much at all.
Not too much in it. But nah, so I feel like it definitely like lying. It shows your character, but it's like to an extent to where before it's like you gotta chill. You just talking just to talk now,
Yeah.
Unless you don't know it, I'm just talking on my ass.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. But we talk for no reason sometimes. I feel like we try to fill up a void for not necessarily for no reason, but we think we need to say something.
Yeah. Like, you ever been around somebody drunk that just be chatting for no reason?
Bro, all the time, because I don't indulge in such activities at all.
Yeah.
So I always have to deal with people just spouting nonsense.
Mm.
Not necessarily nonsense, but
Essentially
stuff
nonsense.
they wouldn't be saying.
Yeah.
And You know, you just gotta take that stuff with a grain of salt for sure.
You just smile and be like,
Yeah,
True.
Try not to make them trip out.
that's valid. I respect your opinion, type shit. But
yeah,
hey, not everybody has the best of nights, so we still love them regardless. Like I said, take everything with a grain of salt.
and that goes for like everything in life, though. I just wrote about something like that. How we misidentify the causes of our like fear and like anxiety,
Could
like
elaborate.
or like the causes or like the feeling, because like you can be anxious about a presentation, but the only bad feeling you're like getting is the anxiety. Like nothing else bad is happening. And it's like you can be afraid of heights, but it's not the height that kills you; it's the ground that kills you.
That's some profound shit.
That's some PP.
That's some PP. Some TT. Yeah.
PP and no, hey, can't leak too much.
Hey, you cut that out. It's okay.
My ops don't know where I stay yet.
But nah, what was I finna say? Yeah. It's kind of something that another thing I just kind of try and like live by. A situation's only awkward if you make it awkward. Like, it's like you said, if you anxious to do something, it's only gonna be anxious if like you just make it anxious. Like if you don't like if you cannot control yourself to where you're able to be like, I can do this, or like I can just talk and just like have a conversation, you're just gonna be stuck because you're not gonna be able to, fully express what you want to do or how you feel. So sometimes you gotta say what you want to say. You might feel a little bit, you just send a risky text. You don't know how you feel. Like I said, waiting for that response.
All
but
right.
at the end of the day, like you can only control how you feel. You can only control how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
People can do stuff to try and alter the way you feel, but at the end of the day, how you interpret what happens and then go from that is only up to you.
Yeah, your reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. You can feel any type of way, but it's how you like,
How you choose
how
to
you
grow.
display that feeling.
Mm.
Like if I'm angry internally and I start acting angry externally, I'm gonna feel more angry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's part of the rush. Like if I'm angry, I want to fight somebody. It's different if I start swinging, then I'm
man.
really gonna want to fight.
And
But
no
like,
scholarship.
oh yeah, I don't fight. I'm a gentle giant. I like to say maybe more in my past. Now I'm just like I'm like a gentle guy.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
That's the quote right there. This college cough is killing me.
Them dorm rooms. Ay, Dios mío.
How do you feel about the cleanliness environment of college? How do you
Not
feel about
clean.
this? Not at all?
Not at all. You ain't seen my bathroom, but I've seen my bathroom. And there's
You
a
have
lot
a
of it.
communal?
Essentially, yes. And them Jones are not clean. I done seen a piece of toilet paper looks like it's been peed on. And it's been on the ground for about maybe 3 weeks, a month now. And I ain't gonna touch it because I didn't put that shit there. Whoever put it there, they can use their little hands, get a glove, pick it up, and put it in the trash. But I'm not gonna touch that because that's nasty. And I want to get cooties.
I seen a whole roll of toilet paper in the toilet, just sitting there, and somebody peed on it.
Hey, you know what's OD? I remember a girl that told me she went into the communal bathroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was used tampons just laying around.
See,
That's nasty.
some people don't understand. Some people don't have home training. Some people get here and they've had everything done for them, or they've been living in an environment where they didn't have to necessarily keep up a clean space.
They did not do chores.
They ain't do no chores. They don't even know how to vacuum. They don't even know how to get a vacuum.
Chemicals don't know how to fold their laundry. Disgraceful.
Fold their laundry. Who don't know how to fold?
Some people, I'd imagine. I mean, you've been here for about 2 months. You got to know something at least, but you can come here not know how to fold clothes or just even do
Some
clothes.
people probably can't even wash clothes.
Oh, God.
They've been sleeping in they dirty dandies for
Nigga,
days.
Nigga, do not change them sheets.
I changed my sheets last week.
Last week, that's valid. I be doing I do my laundry every Sunday. So whenever I do, I make sure to take my sheets off my bed so, I replace them and make sure they get washed for the next round.
I do my stuff randomly. I wash my stuff whenever it gets full.
That's valid. My shit's going full right now. Niggas like, I got 3 pairs of underwear left. I can make it till Friday.
Wait, so you had a random roommate selection, correct?
Yeah.
How do you think that is? Explain that.
My
that
roommate?
process, yeah.
He's cool. He's white. His name's Sean. He's cool. I can't say that. Bro be doing the most when he off the whatever he be off of.
Dirk.
He be off that white boy. Be off that white boy game day type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, but for the most part, he cool. I think he respects me. He respects my space for the most part. I respect his space because, you know, don't touch my shit. But, like, he treats me differently than he treats other people in the dorm. Just because, I don't know if it's because we roommates. I don't know if it's on black. I don't know. But he respects me and I respect that. And I respect him, therefore. Because, like I said, just don't touch my shit and we gonna be cool. Like, that. I had somebody at my dorm, like, one time. And, like, he was in, like, because, you know, like, you got, like, the little area and you got the room.
Mm-hmm.
We was in the room, like, the common area. He was in the room. And they were, like, just dead-ass touching his stuff. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, you don't not notice, man. Why are you just touching his stuff? Like, that's like, actually, like, odd nigga behavior.
It is odd behavior.
Like, if I didn't know Ian, like, let's say, like, I didn't know Drew, and I just came in, I was like, you got something on your bed, let me take that real quick. Like, that's weird. You're not from here. This is not your stuff. Why are you touching it? But, I don't know. Basically, yeah, back to the point. He respect me, I respect him, so it's cool. I'm not, actually not. He do be playing sounds at night, but I kind of got used to it, because it's been, like, what? Like, a little bit, like 2.5 months.
Sounds? Like ambient music?
Yeah, something.
Like whale sounds?
Not like music.
Like thunderstorm?
It's like try to imagine something a fan makes, but not inherently
He
that.
plays that?
Yeah, and that's why, like, at first I was like, yeah, we gotta talk about this, bro, because I can't be doing this every night. And, like, because y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. That shit had me tight. I was not happy.
And the fan?
Like, nigga, just, at that point, just turn the fan on, bro. Come on now. But nah, like, now it's just kind of, sometimes I'll sleep with the AirPod in. You know, like, if I'm laying on my side like this, I got an AirPod up in here so I can really hear it. Or, like, if I'm just tired, I just don't even care. Or sometimes I'll just go over there and turn it down and then go in my bed and go to sleep.
You be on his phone like...
Yep. That's the only time I would touch that man's shit because he said I can't, so it's okay. So he's like, yo, if I'm asleep and that shit loud, you can turn it down. I'm like, all right, bet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I let him know we did a room agreement. I'm like, yo, we gonna have to talk about this because I can't have this shit loud as fuck every night. I need to go to sleep.
You used to show up in your room at ungodly hours, though.
I still do sometimes.
Still do? I remember first week, Noah would be over here for reference, I live on the north side of campus, like the farthest north you can get. And Noah lives on west.
I do.
And that's like south, but even further.
Even further.
So he just be at my stuff. I saw him outside once at like 2 a.m.
I do recall about 12:30, if that's okay.
It was like 2 a.m. Had to be like 2.
That's okay.
And I'm like, what are you doing here? And then on the Snap story, he get home at like 3.
Nope.
4, maybe 5, maybe when the sun come up.
Nah, I remember one night it was 4. Yeah, the next night it was 5. I was like, damn, I really don't be at home.
You need to sit down, boy.
Nah, Patterson. That's not even where I live. What I'm talking about. Nah.
Moral.
Damn, why you feel federal with it?
Moral.
I live in Lincoln, bro. What you mean?
Wow.
I live in Lincoln. What you
Big
mean?
difference.
And I stay in Lincoln. But nah, cause like I be getting back late as fuck, low key sometimes. But like, that's cause majority of my friends either on South or North Campus. They ain't on West. Like I'm cool with my, you know, my sweet niche. They cool. I know their names. I say what's up. We talking.
You know their names.
Mm-hmm.
Love
like
it.
I be chilling with them sometimes. Like if I ain't got shit going on, they be like, "You wanna watch a movie?" I'm like, "I bet." Go sit down, watch a little movie, enjoy my time, laugh a little, tell some jokes, all that good stuff. But I ain't gonna like. Those are not my main subset of friends. Those are just people that I like live with and I'm cool with, and I be hanging out with them sometimes. So like they cool though. No ill will towards any of them boys.
I don't know. I don't think I could have done like a random roommate agreement. And just the way things unfolded, like it was much better to have like somebody from my hometown.
How did
Just
it
in my
unfold? Enlighten us.
I'm gonna display that. It just was a lot better that way. I think for the both of us.
It's valid. It's valid. It's valid.
Next year, I think we're still gonna be in the same room, but we're doing like a quad with
Mm.
more people that we know.
It's valid.
So
the Super Mario Brothers type shit.
yeah, the Super Mario Brothers. So we should be fine, but I feel like it's very important to have people you know you can reach out to.
I definitely get that.
Like it's difficult in college sometimes. It begin tough, and you gotta wake up tomorrow for that 8 a.m. even if you down bad.
Oh god.
Like
Be bugging.
you could be distraught at 3 a.m. and have to wake up for your class.
Nigga said at that point, I ain't going. I will take my extra 3 hours of sleep.
What if your attendance grade is like part of the?
I ain't going.
See, me personally, a lot of my classes are like not attendance mandatory though.
Hmm.
But the ones that are, I really don't. I only have one that is, and I have missed it once. But like, he's so finicky with it because he'll show up. I'll show up, and then he'll only have like the attendance sheet on for 1 minute. If you miss it, you don't get attendance, and you'll just be there.
At that point, why you even have a class?
That's what I'm saying. But I learned to bypass it a little bit.
Take somebody in chat and you turn something go real quick.
Yeah, be like, what's the code?
In GTA though, because Coem don't play. Only in GTA. I did be doing that GTA.
Huh?
You ever heard that before?
In GTA? Oh yeah.
Yeah, in GTA though.
In Grand Theft Auto though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll be doing it real like only GTA. But nah. What was I finna say? Yeah, I got like 3, I guess. You know I'm minor in Chinese, so I got it every day. Every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And
That college,
Right.
frat flu he got. The fraternity flu he has.
I do not be going to them frats.
The,
I would tell you that.
the fraternity flu.
I done experienced them bars one time and one time only.
Yeah, no can do for me.
I tried it. I was like, it's not for me. And now I'm cool. 'Cause I don't like the music selection. But that's just me, though.
How fake do you think people are on campus?
What'd you say?
How fake do you think people are here?
Fake.
Yeah. Like, who do you think a lot of people are actually showing us who they are?
Like compared to like where they were before college?
Like who they actually are compared to who they actually are.
Okay, I know what you mean. I mean, it's a hard question to answer. I don't really know who they were before. But if I take a guess, I'd say it's not a lot of people. I mean, I would hope not. Actually, not, because I know my roommate, he was like, I came here, I want to reinvent myself. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I don't really care. You know, just as long as you don't touch my shit, it's cool. But, like, nah. I mean, and I can understand why you would want to. Like, if you was a lame nigga in high school, and you didn't want to be a lame nigga in college.
Not lame per se, but
Yeah.
someone you didn't like if you didn't like yourself.
Not
That's-
lame, just the term lame nigga. Like, it doesn't inherently mean you're a lame person, but it's just the term. It is the vocabulary that makes sense to people, Anywho, not necessarily lame. Is my point, but not like if you want to be like more, say, socially outgoing in college than in high school, you can do that.
That's gonna fold though, I think.
Yeah, as long as you don't see niggas you know back from home. But even then, like, if you're trying to be like different and you see somebody back home and you're like, who are you? Then it's rap.
That's what I'm
You're
worried
done.
about, bro.
You're done. You're done.
I haven't. I saw that like earlier on, but not too much now.
Can you like? Is it federal?
It is federal,
Okay.
but they shaped up.
I'm gonna not ask who it is. Then.
But like,
I'll camera off.
College definitely like pushes you to do some reinvention, but I think some people lose their foundation and they lose track of who they actually are, and that's why they have like so many issues here because they can't really establish or they haven't really thought through every aspect of what makes them them.
Yeah.
And so when they encounter these new situations, they're unable to truly express and be themselves.
Valid. Although I do wonder if you want to like reinvent yourself, I don't think Ohio State's the place to do that. Like, you got 60K people here, and like 60K people is a lot. So if you do what you got to do, you do what you got to do. But at the same time, like, excuse me, I came into college knowing at least 20 people from back home, like minimum.
Facts.
Just because I know people. That's what I'm about. I just gotta know people. Like, you ask me somebody, oh yeah, I probably know them. Show me a picture type stuff. But like, It works, but like at that point, just go to like I don't even know. Just go to like somewhere in like Atlanta or something like that. 'Cause, like there gonna be people who know you, probably because it's Atlanta.
So you mean like if you're from Ohio, don't go to an Ohio school?
Yeah, because like it's like it's a state school. People
Yeah.
gonna know you. That's kind of the risk you take. And then if you fold, then you fold, and I'm gonna laugh at you.
But I think if you, as long as you're turning yourself into a better person, it won't matter.
Yeah, I feel that.
But like some people are making turns for the worse, like those kids who were too restricted by their parents, and now they indulge in a lot of felonious and heinous and indulgent, impulsive activities
In GTA.
in GTA. I'm not talking about myself, so it's not
Yeah,
GTA,
yeah.
but real deal people.
Real deal.
And it's like they haven't necessarily gotten a taste of freedom or don't have the. I realize like a lot of people aren't really self-conscious. Like they can be like self-conscious in the sense that like they can say I'm working on my mental health, but they're not self-conscious enough to realize like their own issues and what's causing them.
Yeah.
They just know that they're hurting at somewhere. So I think we should definitely work on that. But it's not something everybody can really do. It's your own journey. I can't really enforce that.
I feel like those people, you gotta. I feel like sometimes you gotta be. I feel like sometimes you gotta be a little like painfully honest about like how you feel. It's like not like intervention type stuff, but just like yo, you've been kind of bugging, bro. What's going on? Type stuff.
You've been kind of bugging.
You've been kind of bugging recently. What's going on? But not cause if they can recognize why, but you can, would you tell them?
Yeah. If they're close enough to me that I actually care. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like just sometimes you gotta keep it real. Just be like, yo, you bugging.
You also got to check it on people though.
Mm-hmm,
This is a very bad environment for like mental health.
Mm-hmm.
The whole institution of education and academia, all of it is definitely not beneficial to the mind of the individual. We're learning stuff that doesn't necessarily pique our interest, or more so learning stuff that we don't have an application for. So we're kind of like taking up stress in our brain for stuff that doesn't really matter. And I feel like once you do that enough, you start stressing about other things that don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the mundane things that we stress about on a day-to-day basis that like truly don't matter. Like somebody looked at you funny, now you're self-conscious.
Mm-hmm.
It's just little stuff like that. We let those little things tweak our whole day.
Yeah. Like I don't know if you see my story. Like you ever like woken up from like a nap, you check your phone, there ain't nothing on there.
I did that earlier.
You have like 2 hours, you
It's
wake up, there's nothing on
dry.
there, and then be dry. I was just like,
But I don't use my phone that often now.
yeah, that's valid.
I use it less now than I did back at home, surprisingly.
Definitely, yeah.
Like I don't use Snapchat often unless I'm promoting my own ponderings.
Valid.
I don't use Instagram that often. I'll be on TikTok all the time though.
Yeah, TikTok is
I gotta stay entertained here. Those small bursts of entertainment, but those aren't really good for you either.
Mm-hmm.
We don't ever like. I feel like in college, as much as you had, like I said before, you had free time, but we don't ever take a step back.
Yeah. Like, I feel that. Yeah, like I had talked to my friend Nicole earlier, and I told her because like I had changed my profile picture on Instagram, and she was like, "I like the profile picture," and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's for my senior photos. I just ain't posted." She was like, "You should have," and I was like, "Yeah, I probably should have, but I didn't."
I didn't post my senior photos or my prom.
Or the prom photos. No, I didn't the prom. I had to do the prom.
I didn't.
Just out of respect for myself and respect for her, I had to post the prom photos.
Yeah, I get that, but I was like,
Hey, put them boys in the archives after 3 days. We'll be straight.
it's too late now.
Yeah, I feel that.
So, I mean, it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as long as the memory exists inside my head, I'm fine.
I feel that. I look. Want to get an outfit though before I post. Like I got a pair of Yeezys that I like coming in soon, and I wanna like make some like a fit out of them. But
You feel like you manage money well here?
hell no, nigga. I ain't gonna say what I told this nigga before we started recording unless you got that on video. But
I don't think I did.
alright, cool. But yeah, I need a job. Like I can manage money, believe me. But I need a job. That's all I'm saying. Cause like, I don't even be spending money, but it's like you spend money like you have a reliable source of income at college. But you know, I don't have a job right now. Like, I might mess around and like apply to something like close to me, like traditions and moral type something like that. But I gotta get my money up. Like for me now, like
Traditions and moral.
I mean, cause I live with niggas like right there.
That's crazy.
It's like what 12 an hour, same as Scott, just a lot less.
No, I just forgot that
Everybody does. If you don't live
your
over
dorm has a dining hall in it.
if you don't live over there, you don't know about it. You don't have a reason to know about it. Because if you live on North Campus, why the fuck would you go to traditions that moral?
Unless you're like a nurse.
Exactly. But even then, like, why would you want to go there even as a nurse? Like, that's some boo boo ass food.
It's all boo boo.
Nah, you don't know. You got Scott. Yeah, Kennedy. It's not bad. It's just like less space type stuff. You got moral. Don't eat that tomorrow unless you're hungry, and you live on West Campus.
None of the above.
None of the above.
None of the above.
Don't eat there. But work there. You probably gonna be bored. You better make some friends. But because them 3 to 10 shifts, 7-hour shifts. If you ain't got no friends, you're gonna be bored.
Do you think it's easy to make friends?
Oh, definitely. That I just know people.
Yeah.
Like, I came to college, and I was like, I'll put myself out there a little bit more. Because I didn't really have the opportunity to do that in high school. Like, by the time I did, it didn't even matter. Because, like, I ain't see the OGs anymore all that much. So at that point, I'm like, I'm gonna just do more stuff at college. And, like, I would say that worked out pretty well. Like, in terms of, like, friends, I think I'm not close to you, I'll give it, like, 10 max on campus that I'd be, like, actually, like, friends with type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in terms of, like, acquaintances, like, people I know a lot of people. And a lot of people know me, too. Because you see a nigga on a skateboard with dreads and possibly a pink do-rag. You know who it is.
I think it's a cartoon character.
Ass nigga. Nah, it's just, you can just be recognizable.
Yeah, I think that's also because, like, the black population is so small.
Yeah.
Only so many people fit the description. Like, I don't think there's anyone that looks like me. Maybe.
Nah.
Well, other than, like, skin tone.
Yeah.
But, like, I have a unique hairstyle-ish length. I dress a certain way-ish.
Steve Lacy ass nigga.
Who you telling?
Yeah, I play guitar too.
You know what? You know what she said she liked? You know what she said she liked?
Bars. That chord progression was stupid.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
You
You got any closing remarks about relations?
My closing remarks about relationships. Let me see.
You got them written down.
My closing remarks about relationship. Listen to Igor. And Love for Rent by Smino. That's my closing remarks about relationships.
Thank you.
Give it up for the host.
Eventually, we must realize that happiness doesn't come from the external.